I'm gonna say some really silly shit before the reading. And the reading, by the way, which will be the world's first strip tarot reading. That's why I'm bundled up. I mean, I'm also a little chilly out here this morning. But I am going to, every card, strip off something. Should be very exciting. Sorry, that's just another goofy thing I've done. I noticed somebody watched the cursive writing video, and whoever clicks on that one, I love you because I mean, there's nothing in the thumbnail or the start of it to indicate that it's going to be anything other than how to cursive write the W. And I do it for maybe 30 seconds to a minute, and then I just say, I'm just playing around. And then I do a tarot read. So whoever clicks on that, you have my heart. Anyway, what are we doing here? I've got a very, very big message. And here's the way I hate, not I hate. It's just so, like overdone, and, you can tell it's a gimmick, and it's a, what do you call it? A hook or whatever. And I don't want it to be a hook, but the person that's ready for this video, you have been prepared for this message. Well, the endeavor to come that I'm going to talk about in this message, you've been prepared for it. And you'll know if you know who you are, you've found your heart, and you are daily working on aligning to what your heart is asking of you. I'm saying heart, some of you know otherwise or whatever, and yep. So if you know your heart, know yourself, know your heart, that inner child, that who you really are, that's enough I'm gonna say about that. And you're working on, you've been working on the healing, the alchemy, and daily you are trying to live in alignment with what your heart wants of you, and not do the fierce thing. This is your message. This is pretty much a direct message. It was we're gonna talk about it. Hello, I am Trip. This is Real Nature Trip. I do tarot here, and talk about all things love and acceptance, and this whole thing. I can't, just what we're doing here. Yeah, and I'm very, very excited. So I'm going to start with what happened to me a couple nights ago. What happened to me? I am the recipient of something that was more drastic to somebody else. Yeah, it was interesting. All right, let me just cut to the chase. Let's get to the story. A couple nights ago, we heard fireworks. You could hear some popping, and we were wondering what was being celebrated. 333 right there as I looked at the clock. And maybe somebody's celebrating something. Maybe somebody knows what was being celebrated on Saturday night. And then we heard a really loud bang. And my mom came into the front room, and she was like, that sounded like a shotgun, like super close. And she was making up a story about the people who lived behind us. I'm like, Mom, come on now. And to me, it sounded like it was right behind me on the road. Turns out the bang was right behind me on the road, but I had my blinds closed, and it was just getting dark. And my neighbor texted, and she's like, are you seeing this? And I'm going, oh, my mom is coming into the room to talk about it. We did not see what was happening. Apparently, across the street, the house straight across from me, and then the one over, there's a road that goes in between them, and they both have arborvitaes, like 8-10 feet tall, lining that curve. We looked out there, and both of them around the road were aflame. Confirmation sneeze? I don't know. Is that a thing? Anyway, just roaring flame, and then it was going up this telephone, the power pole, whatever, and the wires across were just flames of wires of the power lines and the whatever. And I was just like, whoa. And I felt bad for those houses because one of them, the house is super, super close. And one of them had some space, but it was just, they spend so much time and energy and working on those things, and they've made beautiful little spots. Hold on, water break. See, I mean, even tarot readers have like rules, and you know, like I can't be overworked. I get a water break, all right, every 5 minutes. Those are the legal requirements. Okay, that's not true. None of that was true. Okay, so these things are just burning up, and then my neighbor, we're all standing out in the yard, plus more people, you know, that I've ever seen, and the fire trucks are already there. I mean, they were there within just a few minutes. It was amazing, and my neighbor was like, "We're probably gonna lose power," and I was like, "Oh, yeah." I mean, but this transformer popped, supposedly, and I'm like, shouldn't have we lost power already? And like our houses were all on, and so anyway, some of these cables burned and fell down, and some of them stayed up there, and we've figured out the thing that got knocked out was everybody's cable, like all their. We use Ziply, and you know, people with Charter and whatever, so those are the ones that burnt down. So maybe the power lines and everything have an extra layer of protection. I don't know. You know, like cable companies are like, these are just cables, you know, we're not trying to rule the world. And so maybe they're weaker. But so then I was in the house and I was like, well, you know, no media tonight. I'm like, I will survive, you know, whatever. And I was like, it's probably good for me, you know, and it's been in the back of my mind, of course, and the front of my mind and everywhere in between. But you know, like I've already cut out news, but like I need to cut out more just distraction. Like I'm already on YouTube, with the exception of a couple people that I like to watch. Maybe like, when I say couple, I mean like 5 or 6. You know, one card reader, one like just in touch channeling lady, another person kind of like me who's just trying to figure out life, you know, just that kind of thing. And I don't know, I just feel like we're all kind of on the same journey. And so I'm watching those, but anything else, I almost get sick to my stomach. Like it's just, so I don't know if we've been flooded so much with not so real stuff and it's kind of gross, which is a factor, but I'm also like maybe hit a limit. And so then I find myself normally like, okay, well, I'll just watch a movie or have a movie on while I do stuff, because I kind of need that noise. And so we have a big fire across the street. All these bushes are burning. And then we lose the cable, which has the Wi-Fi and the whatever. So I don't even know what I'm gonna do to load this. I know without Wi-Fi it takes forever, so I might have to go to a store, you know, that has it. So we'll see. We'll see when you get this. This is a Monday morning, so we'll see when you get this. Anyway, those cable people have been working since 2 a.m. yesterday, so it's been 36 hours almost. Well, 30 hours, and nonstop. That's crazy. Cable is so important. We can't be down. Wow, that's really spooky. So anyway, the next morning, I'm like, I wake up and there's these routines that you do, you know, and sometimes I click on the phone first or TV first or something before I be quiet, before I drink water, before I meditate or pray or whatever. And you know, like, and I don't feel good about that. And so yesterday morning, I'm like, I can't turn it on, you know, and I realized I could turn on my phone and turn off the Wi-Fi and let the data do it, and I've got unlimited data. But I was like, well, I don't like looking at my little screen, you know. I don't like looking at YouTube on my phone. I look at it on the TV, and so yeah, I don't want to watch Netflix down here, you know. And I'm like, holy cow, okay. Not only did I get a sign like a classic. It was a classic burning bush. Like I didn't even put it together that night. I put it together the next morning. I'm like, so there was a burning bush, and the media was knocked out from my house, which was the thing. I'm like, I already need to like be done with, or be, you know, like put a big, put it, yeah, get it, whatever. So here it is. It is the distraction. It is that is the distraction. I've got more than that distraction. I've got about 4 good ones, you know. And but let's talk about media and the input, screen time. That is my biggest distraction. And I got the message that it's time to be done with it, and the visual of crossing the desert. And I know it's time for me to cross the desert, which it's so funny. And so that's the message. That's the whole message. It's time for us. And I hope I did the right thing saying who really is ready for this video, and I've talked enough to, like, you know, get people bored or whatever to go away. Like, you're the ones I'm talking to. So it's time for us to cross the desert, and that means to face the things, rid ourselves of the things that we, you know, or face or rid or whatever it is, that thing, that last thing that we've been pussyfooting around with, you know, just like, well, having it on and knowing we have to deal with it and whatever. And so this desert thing is the hard part between where we are now and freedom. And actually in the desert is actual freedom too, because you're actually working on it, actually, right? Oh, I just said actually 3 times. Actually. That's meaningful to somebody. Okay, that was a joke. All right. So crossing the desert is setting ourselves free of these things that are holding us back. And for me, screen time is huge, not just for the waste of the time, but the waste of the brain space, but also the filling of the wrong thing, and keeping me from being more creative. And I can feel it now. And speaking of creative, I'm going to talk about this more sometime, but like, some of us are so darn creative, but we're just using it the wrong way. Like, we're being creative about the stories we tell about what's going on out here, making up evil and making up whatever, that we use all of our creative time on that versus like the thing we want to do. Just think about that when you're directing your energy. All right. So this crossing the desert is finally dealing with whatever this distraction is. And I'm already getting warm. Oh, that's a freebie for you. All right. And maybe the jacket too. So, oh, ow. Oh, I just hit my hand. Ah. So that's 2 layers. That's 2 layers. I came prepared. I wasn't gonna do strip. I have neighbors, you know. I have neighbors. So, oh baby. Okay. So this crossing the desert thing, it's you saying, okay, I am committing to work on this thing, give up this thing, or commit to this whatever, and you can cross the desert however you want. That was the part 2 of the message. You can cross the desert however you want. And some of you can just, because at the end of the desert, you have to come in empty. You have to come in empty-handed, stripped bare, open-hearted, you know, like ready to accept whatever comes there, right? And so there's ways you can do it. All right? So you can strip bare right from the beginning, so you have nothing holding you back, and you can just gut your way through the desert bare, and you will make it. You will make it. But it's going to be painful from the start, right? Like, if we're talking about, like, if you're going to quit alcohol or something addictive like that, and cold turkey, it's the way, you know, it really is the way. But other things, you know, like, oh, I spread rumor, you know, nothing like that. We're past that, but you know what I'm saying. so for some of you, it might be just a, okay, I see it's time for myself, you know, whenever you see it. And, but I'm saying that time is soon. The time is, it's now. Um, you just strip bare and you just go. And some of you might say, hey, I've got 4 things like old Trip that I'm working on. By the way, I love you. I love you. I accept you. Acceptance, acceptance, acceptance. Please do it for yourself. Ah, um, I have some things I'm going to be working on, and I think I'm going to strip one completely bare, but I'm going to carry with me some, maybe to the next oasis, and so I'm not going to get through this desert as fast. And maybe I change my mind in another day and say, you know what, it's all going to go. And things like that have happened for me too. So yeah, know that. Oh man, my feet are already getting hot. So I wore socks. So here's a freebie for you too. Okay, hold on, just a second. Yeah. Okay, socks. Whew, that's better. That's better because it is warming up. The sun's coming up. Okay, so I know I'm already incorporating the joke into the real deal. Where are we? So yeah, you can drop everything and sprint across this desert and you'll be there quickly. You can, you know, take gear with you, you know, and kind of amble your way and take breaks at oases, and but you're still gonna get there. And some of you might already be like almost there, and you're like, yeah, we've been saying this, come on, let's go. And some of you, like, I just have already gained the skills enough that you basically have your own jetpack, and it's just like you've just been waiting for something to give you the reason to get going across, you know, maybe waiting for a friend, waiting for others to come with you. But the time is now. The time is nigh. It is whatever. It's now. It's time to go. It's time to do it. So yeah, that's the big message, and I'm gonna repeat it. I'm putting that one on repeat, just like my acceptance speech, my way of talking about acceptance. All right. Okay. Well, we're going one card at a time, so let's tell you what. I'm gonna go the tradish way. We'll do a known spread, and we'll just see what happens. Cause Spirit. Oh, well, let's ask Spirit. Hey, we're doing good on time here. I was worried that it would be too long, but we'll do just fine. All right, Spirit. Man, you're doing it. And you know, we want to do it with you too, and like you do us, we'll do us, you do us, we do us, we do you, whatever. You know, I'm just saying it in a funny way, right? Please, no lightning today. All right, I love you. Thanks. I feel supercharged. All right, so we're going hindsight, insight, foresight, past, present, future. What past energy are we talking about? Queen of Swords. We just had this one the other day. It was about something when you spoke your truth. So some issue when you spoke your truth. You know what? I'm gonna go, hold on. This is gonna get complicated. So I'm gonna go my outer layer of sweats. So just a second. Because I put sweats on over pajamas. I just want to do the off-camera stuff first. Oh my. Okay. Outer layer of sweats. You know what? Actually, it's so funny because now I realize this whole stripping down thing is just exactly what I was talking about, man. Holy cow. So yeah, you're just going to get closer and closer to the core of me. So okay, something about you speaking your truth. So what? Where did that lead? King of Wands. Did I shuffle? You heard me shuffle. This is exactly what came out. King of Wands. Except this time it feels like you spoke your truth, and it's attracting this King of Wands energy. So it's not like, oh, I spoke my truth and then I transformed into a King of Wands. I went from Queen of Swords to King of Wands. No, it's like your words are now attracting like people who get it, like who are like, okay, that are not mired down in the real world, right? They're like, oh no, I understand. There's something, yeah. So this is now the people that get you are finding you. The people that get you are finding you. That's what it is. That's what it is. And where is this leading, Spirit? Four of Pentacles. Whoa, and it just jumped out of my hands. It jumped. It really did jump. I've never seen a card do that. I mean, I just had Burning Bushes 2 nights ago, and I've never had a Four of Pentacles or any card jump out of my hands like that. It wants to jump. It wants to jump. I feel like Four of Pentacles was kind of that holding on, and I'm saying it wants to jump. It means this is like jump starting something, a movement. I mean, not like, oh man, you know, whatever revolution kind of movement, but like a movement nonetheless, right? Like something important, and like an important idea, important feeling, important something moving forward. Yeah. It's this time to let go and go forward. That's part of that desert thing too. Okay, the desire. All right, what are we talking about with the desire? You know, I get it. It just, this is like full peace, full joy, full love, you know, full cups, and sharing it with everyone, the family, those closest around you, the community. That's the desire. All right. And you know, I want to put an asterisk on that, because that desire is the thing that moves us. Yet, like, getting there might not be what you think. That's sorry. Those are the words. Getting there might not be what you think, and it might not look how you think. That's maybe a more clear way to say. And then part of me wants to say, you might have been there from time to time and just not even known it was there, like, because it didn't look how you thought it was going to look. So but the desire is for that love, peace, and joy just abound. What do you want, world peace or something? Is that your desire, you hippie? So the challenge is the Hanged Man. So in this case, it might mean a little apathy from people. And that's telling me, don't waste your time spreading your message to the wrong people. And I did that today. Like, I'm like, this is for who it's for, because otherwise people aren't ready. Like, crossing the desert is hard. And especially if you don't already love yourself, and if you don't already have all those alchemy tools, because you're gonna get distracted out there. You're gonna get, you know, snakes coming out there. So I know I just keep having to talk to you about your crossing the desert, and it just keeps coming up. But this is kind of telling me, don't waste your time with those who aren't going on that journey with you. Whatever this Ten of Cups direction, your desert that you're wanting to cross is leading you to peace, love, and joy. That's your biggest desire, is just to operate from peace, joy, and love. Love, peace, and joy. I get it. I get it. All right. So the solution to those challenges, 9 of Cups. So that's just saying, go within first. Like, fill your cup first, right? Before you're like making sure you're dealing from your purest, heartiest heart, your happiest heart. You want happiness, you got to make happiness choices, right? Like when the news comes up, is that a happiness choice to watch it, or is that a fearness choice, right? Well, make the happiness choices, your personal happiness choices, and the news ain't it, you know, and that trying to figure it out on the world level ain't it, because you can't find truth amongst lies and lies and lies, right? So, is it my water break yet? You know what? That's been 20 minutes, so I deserve 2 sips. Oh man, these birds are getting a little nutty. Oh, they heard me. Oh my gosh, I'm 6 cards in. I have forgotten my stripping part. Let's I'll tell you what, let's do the pajama bottoms. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. 2 are freebies. I think I'm like 4 behind. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's the whole bottom end. All right, I'm gonna do them all in one piece. Oh, let's move the tray. Do you know what this means? Do you know what you're watching? Okay. Well, I don't want to show that underwear part. Well, now it's a whole new ball game. I hope my neighbors don't come around that corner. Okay. So we're at the that tray's a little colder now. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at? So yeah, you gotta make sure you're operating from your happy place. Go to your happy place. Go to your happy place. All right. Here's some more of that interpersonal stuff. So you, 9 of Wands, you've been through it. You got the experience. You're leading the way because of your experience. And them, the devil, somebody that's still kind of being held on by some stuff, and you know, and you can recognize it. Maybe they can't recognize it. You know, maybe they're not seeing like, dude, I'm doing this to myself. There's somebody that you see them doing it to themselves. There's a pattern of a repeating pattern based on the way they value themselves, or are missing a little bit of that value. And yeah, so the two of you together. Okay, you're helping. Support. Gosh dang. And look at support. This thing is supporting, right? Whatever you're building. Dude, you're a great friend. You know, I don't know how you're gonna do this, if it's just your example, you know, or if it's you found a way to like, the way I'm seeing it right now is a situation arises where you're able to like show a different way, you know. You don't force it, it falls in your lap, you know. It falls in your lap. So this, yeah, something's gonna fall in your lap with this person. So you've been patiently impatient, right? Like you've been like wanting them to like, okay, and you've given them their space, you know, their space and their grace. But now this is saying a situation's gonna come where you're able to give them something that helps them remove those chains. Excellent. So the situation, yeah, they're stuck. This is totally them putting that in. And the Emperor. So I want to, oh gosh, how many cards behind am I now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1. Oh dear. 2. That can't be right. I'm just 2. I'm just 2. Well, let's split the difference. 3. You know what? Integrity, right? Integrity. 4. I'm all in. I'm all in. All right, I'm all in. Whew. Okay, let's finish this read. That's the do's, the emperor, and then the don't do. I mean, the don't do. Don't keep carrying that burden. You know, like don't take their burden on for yourself. Whew. So the emperor means, hey, you've reached a spot. Excuse me. You have reached a spot in your life where, yeah, you're fully aware. You're seated. You understand yourself. I already know because I already vetted this video or whatever. Okay, well, that is all I have to say, and I better get going. I don't know if my neighbor is awake. I love you, and goodbye.